Hi, this is Snaily Snail. I just want to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year if you do celebrate. And also, this is to serve as a reminder to wash your hair the day before Chinese New Year because it just sneaks up on you, okay? And then, like you're not supposed to like wash, clean, or really do anything during Chinese New Year because it could get rid of the like good luck. So make sure to do all those things now before you end up like me and then you dry out your scalp and then you end up super oily in all your Chinese New Year photos. This year, I don't really have a lot of red in my closet except my watch. So that's my something red. But today I thought I'd talk to you about some of the superstitions and just like weird beliefs that my parents or like my family believed in, as well as what we do normally during Chinese New Year. So during Chinese New Year, there are apparently things that you're supposed to eat and things that you don't eat. So I always remember like this creepy chicken with its legs tucked in all the time. So you're supposed to give offerings to your ancestors. So that's why we have like a full spread of food. You're just supposed to leave it there so that they can eat it. But of course, like after a couple hours or something, we can eat it because let's not waste food. The last couple times that I ate it, it was a little dry. So that's why I don't like it anymore. I have heard you're not supposed to eat sok during Chinese New Year because you're going to be poor for the rest of the year if you do. I'm okay with not eating sok because I like 炒飯同埋螺麵碗. My parents, they hate that I like those foods because they're always like, why do you always eat the cheap stuff at the buffet? I'll eat the more expensive foods too, but I really like lo men, okay? And most of the time we don't eat that stuff at home. Because 年年有余, so you're supposed to like leave a little bit at the end and not eat it, save it in the fridge for the next day. So that way every year is plentiful. But honestly, that second day fish does not taste so good. It doesn't have that like nice silky quality anymore. Which is when you have the incense and all this stuff and then you pray to your ancestors. Do not do this to a living person. I have accidentally bowed down 3 times to someone who is living, and then my friend told me to never do that because apparently you're wishing death upon them. Lesson learned. No one really told me this stuff, so I made lots of mistakes. It's not real money. It's the paper money that you get from the same aisle in the Asian grocery store as incense. They usually have everything there. They also have wine for the ancestors. We kind of leave the wine to just evaporate on its own. It's like, oh yeah, the ancestors have like drank their wine. But because we're not really big drinkers anyway, we just leave the wine out. So it's like, I don't know if it's like tangerines or I guess oranges also work, but it's supposed to be like gold and ingots and we put it in every room. So, you attract luck in every room. 我見過拎鹽其實 like 會派呢橙其實放呢橙皮我會蒸滾 and stuff. Honestly, I don't think that's for me. The last time I tried to peel an orange, I almost lost a thumb. 你捧得紅包嗰陣時, it can't be an odd number. But I will say, like, I think 5 gets a pass because, well, 5 is my favorite number. I think 5 is actually considered like decently lucky. So I've heard that you're not supposed to give red envelopes that are empty because that's bad luck. And all the money has to be like straight from the ATM type of money because it's Chinese New Year. Everything has to be new. Everything has to like, or at least it has to feel new. Just, to bring in the good fortune. I heard this a little late. Do not open your red envelope in front of the person who gave it to you. It's considered impolite. I would say in my family, I actually don't really like Chinese New Year a lot because especially on my dad's side, 他们的想法有点传统的. But usually you say the good luck sayings like, oh, 恭喜發財, and they usually say something back like, 屋是通明明利. You get your money, and you say thank you, you kind of go. But instead, my dad takes the opportunity to tell me about like how I failed in life, how I was not born a son. They're really obsessed with having boys in the family. Joke's on them, we don't really have that many sons in the family. So every year I have to hear like, oh, you didn't get that much money for Chinese New Year this year because you were not a boy, but because you were born first, we decide, you know, you get a little bonus for that. Please don't be weird like that. Just say, you know, Happy Chinese New Year, give the money. We kind of got rid of the whole giving red envelopes unless it's like really, really young children. And maybe it's like their first few times of doing Chinese New Year, because I don't know about you, 我有時會出去吃 我興趣請人哋其實因為提來提去人接門. Oh my god, it is so bad. And I'm like awkwardly in the car waiting. They're running around a parking lot. It's very dangerous. And you see, it just like comes off a little ilka. So that's why we also just like stopped doing the red envelopes. And you know, I don't have to listen to like why I'm inadequate all the time, which is also a good thing because my mom is also like, during Chinese New Year, you're not supposed to talk about anything bad. Don't wear white, don't wear black, which unfortunately is like most of my clothes. Honestly, I don't think my parents are really into like FengShui and all that stuff, but there are like one or two things that they will believe in. So I remember when I was like really young and we were in Macy's and so he wanted a blue wallet and my mom was like, no, because and so if you put something in there, it's like water dripping out. So your money is just gonna like drip out of your wallet, I guess. And then even though red is considered a very lucky color, you're not supposed to have a red wallet because it's like fire. You're just like burning up all your money. So you're just gonna spend everything. So the colors that are acceptable are black, brown, and green. So I think I'm a little safe. 但係葉柄係寬紅色嘅。啱寬紅色同埋都色 it's a little bit more like romantic. So it doesn't really have to do with money, but it's more like finding love. So if you're looking for love and romance, pink wallets are for you. So black is supposed to be some sort of like prosperous color, even though you can't wear black, but for wallets, they're really good. And then for brown, I guess it like reminds you of like stability and like earth. So it's more about saving money. Green is like welcoming more opportunities. My brother ended up getting a green wallet. One other thing that my parents would always not let me do is sleep with the fan on. I think this actually has more Korean roots, but it's not that they don't let me sleep with the fan on, it's that they don't let me aim it at myself. I think in Korean culture, they say that you're gonna die if you sleep with the fan on. 我用風扇能時，我係會用對猛那個 setting. So I understand. Once in a while, I can't breathe. Maybe it's just like a me thing. It's like when a big gust of wind comes and then you just like can't breathe during that time. So maybe that's like what they're afraid of. So they don't really let me sleep with the fan on unless it swivels. 如果你要呢塊明鏡我你嘅房，你塊明鏡唔應該會佔你嘅床. First of all, I think it's creepy when you wake up in the middle of the night or like when you're like just going to bed and you just see this dark shadow. Yeah, I find it creepy. I've also heard that it's like, especially if you are married or something and you're both like in the bed, it's inviting a third party. I don't know if it's real or not, but we just don't do mirrors in the bedroom. I didn't know this, but when I was away at school, she put in this talisman inside my pillowcase. But it's like, it's like 黃色, and it has like all this writing about like warding away evil and stuff like that. Type of thing, and then she just like slipped it into my pillowcase, and I only found it because that's where I kept my wallet when I was little. My grandma told me to always keep my wallet safe. I saw a few at the Asian, like those like Chinese apothecaries. You can just get them, and apparently they're supposed to ward off evil. I don't really know this stuff. Take it with a grain of salt. Happy New Year. This year is the year of the tiger. I know because, well, this is how I know how old my brother is. So he's turning 24 this year. I know, time flies, man. In elementary school, we had this zodiac test, so you're supposed to write down 鼠牛虎兔龙蛇马羊 and all the stuff, right? I retook the test so many times until I got 100 because its Chinese teacher let us. I would get the really hard words right. I'm like, all yang. Oh my god. Yeah, now I know how to write them all. But again, happy Lunar New Year, and I hope everyone is doing great in 2022. All right, bye.